It is time to bring in the man who is wearing his galoshes and his rain cap, Pat Pagano. Good morning, Pat.
And I will continue to wear it all week.
I'm looking at the radar, and the rain is coming in from the southeast
East.
to the northwest. But then, when you look above Massachusetts, there's a line of showers that are coming from the northeast to the southwest.
hmm
It's bizarre.
And if you look at the radar uh, back to, say, Ohio, the precip is moving from the northwest to the southeast because the storm is over Michigan. And the circulation is counterclockwise.
Okay.
And that's why we are going to have showers today and tonight. 50 to 55 today, upper 30s tonight. Mainly cloudy Tuesday. Could be a break or two of sun, 55 to 60. Cloudy Wednesday. I said there's a chance of showers, but now I'm thinking it'll hold off until Wednesday night. 60 to 65. And then Thursday and Friday, a little storm forms along the coast and gives us rain, wind, and very cool temperatures. I'm not even so sure that we will get a little wet snow out of this come Friday. So we'll just wait and watch, but highs will be in the 50s on Thursday and only in the 40s on Friday with rain.
And at higher elevations, you mean anything like above 1,000, 1,500 feet?
Right.
Okay.
They can get a little wet snow, but we shall see how the whole thing, pans out. The computer models are just beginning to get a little bit of a grip on that. Otherwise, this is not one of the nicest weeks for the month of April, that's for sure.
Well, but at least it's halfway warm. I can walk out in the morning and not have to put a coat on. I appreciate little things like that.
Mm. When you won't be saying that Thursday and Friday. Oh, I'm just warning you.
Well,
Yeah,
just prepare me for it, and then I'll when I wake up Thursday morning, I'll be all set.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
I've developed a new way to get up in the morning because when I get up, my knees are very, very, very stiff from being in bed, right? So now what I do is I actually get up a half hour earlier. I get up at about a quarter after 3. And what I do is I sit up in the bed and I talk with, and I put my legs over the edge of the bed. And I sit there and I talk with Georgia, who sleeps in the bed with me. And we hang out for about 15 to 20 minutes. And that gives my body time and my knees time to kind of assimilate and get out of, being in one position for like 5 or 6 hours. And it seems to work. I mean, I lose another half hour of sleep, but it makes my approach to the morning much better. Much better. So, and of course, Georgia loves it because she gets all the affection for like 15 minutes.
hmm
I put the TV
Okay,
on.
well, whatever works. That's how you have to work. That's how this whole thing comes to pass. Whatever is best for you. That's what they tell us in yoga class too. When we get into different positions, they always say, if you can't get this far, whatever works best for you.
Yeah, I just, I don't know. I've got to get knee surgery, but I want to put it off as long as possible and lose as much weight as possible when I go into the surgery. I mean, I'm already down 78 pounds. And I'd like to, I'd like to just take as much weight off as possible. So when I go in for the surgery, the rehab, which is tough, will be easier. Will be easier. So see if I can keep going. What the heck?
I think I told you once about my cousin from Pennsylvania. She had this done a couple of years ago. She had knee problems too, but instead of doing knee replacements, they took the fat from her stomach and injected into her knees. And it took a couple of months for it to really work, but it's worked. And it's a couple of years later, and you know, she just came back from Disney. She was in Florida for about 3 weeks.
Wow, how old was she when she had that done?
Um, well, let's see. She's now in her early 70s, so she was in her late 60s, about your age.
I'll have to see if they still do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Because Lord knows I have enough fat in my stomach. to do not only my knees, but probably half the Northwest Corners knee.
Well, again, and it's not the kind of thing where you're going to need uh, what would the rehab and all of that. I believe also it was outpatient. It was done on an outpatient basis.
I'll see. I have to see if they still do that.
Yeah. So look into that, Marshall. While you're at it, also look into Amazon Prime. I watched what I thought was probably one of the best movies I have seen in a long, long time. Never heard it before. I think it came out 2 or 3 years ago. It's an action adventure, if you like it, and it's called Eagle Eye.
Eli?
Eagle Eye.
Right? It sounds familiar. Let me just look it up here. It sounds familiar.
It is.
Oh no, I have seen that movie. That is a great movie.
It
It's
really
fun
is.
to. I mean, when I say great, it's not going to win any Academy Award. It didn't win any, but it was fun because two strangers have got to totally change their lives to stay alive, and it was amazing.
What, wasn't it?
It was a fun movie to watch. It really was.
Yeah.
And it's one of those movies that you try to guess what's going to happen,
And you just don't.
and you
yeah.
can't. And you can't.
And it's just action packed. I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that. On another note, we're hoping to have our movie premiere that normally we have at the end of February. We're hoping to have that mid-May. So far, I have been very discouraged by the response.
Really.
Yeah, so far we have, was it 2, 4? So far, 6 people have declined.
Have declined.
They're not coming.
Okay, how many people? How many people are coming?
Well, we don't know because we haven't gotten.
Oh, you haven't got any yeses in yet.
I mean, I'm pretty sure right now. I mean, I have 3 definite yeses.
Yeah.
But that's it. So I sent out another email, but the problem is one couple just had something else booked. Another couple said that even though they're fully vaccinated, they think it's too chancy. And the other couple, which is Jody and Emmett, who she's the one who played Betty Davis in Hush Hush. They live in the city, and they do not go out of the house. And they told us, they said, no, we just do not go out. So I said, okay, fine. But, sooner or later, you're going to have to come out of your shell. And the longer you stay in your shell, the less immunity you're going to have.
I was going to say, I mean, you can be careful. I mean, I'm being careful. We still don't let the public in the building, but I go out of my house. I go into the grocery store. I do normal things. I don't do a lot of the things like I used to do, but you still can't stop your life.
A lot of people have been doing that. Yep. I don't know. I just don't know. And I'm not in any way, shape, or form going to force anybody because I don't want to be responsible if they come here and get sick.
Yeah.
So we'll see. If we don't have enough people, we will just cancel it, and they'll have to wait to see it at the lake sometime during the summer.
Now, I have a question for you. How's that new forecast prediction system going for us that they changed?
The GFS.
Yeah.
It's doing okay. It's doing okay because if you recall, last week the Euro was forecasting over an inch of rain. Remember that?
Yeah.
And the new GFS was saying very little, not a lot at all. And needless to say, folks, all we got was a very little rain.
We didn't get much over the weekend at all. No,
Not at all.
Maybe we get enough to dampen the ground once in a while. That was it.
Right. So the American model, the new GFS, has been doing much better.
And that used to be the stinker of all of them.
Yeah. Yep. Still much better.
Well, we can't wait to see what happens comes next winter. See if
Oh.
the GFS holds up.
I was thinking of you over the weekend with St. Vincent and the volcano.
There we go.
I said, Marshall's going to be on his tooting his horn and saying, here we go, here goes the summer.
Well, I tell you, it all depends. It all depends. It's had three eruptions in 5 days.
Yeah, and you can't get off the island and aboard the ship unless you're fully vaccinated. So that means if you're not fully vaccinated, stay there and you have a chance of dying.
That's right.
Unbelievable.
Isn't it a great, a great world?
It's just one thing after another, really.
All right. Well, and on top of all that, the computer chips they put in cars and computers and stuff like that,
Yeah.
were out. They're all made in Southeast Asia, all made in Southeast Asia, and so car production lines are shutting down. Phones that are being assembled.
Why is that?
Who knows why? They're probably trying to manipulate. We should never, as a country, put ourselves in a position where
Well,
we
we have
buy
to
something
depend on
from one area. Even if it has to be underwritten by government subsidy, when it comes to certain things, there should always be a supply, even if it's a government subsidy to keep the companies supplying it. That's sometimes I just wonder, what do these people do all day in Washington? What do they do all day? Oh well, that's my complaining for today, Pat.
Okay.
I will see you tomorrow.
All righty. Tomorrow it is. You have a great day. Stay dry.
All right, take care, Pat.
Bye, Marshall.
Pat Pagano with the Weather Center this morning with a check on the tri-state forecast.